Greetings from Joseph Gomez Elementary School, home of the Mighty Lions. Home of the Mighty Lions, 600 students strong, operating out of 8 buildings, sitting in the middle of 14 acres, utilizing 10. That's us. It really hit us quite badly when, after making AYP for 2 consecutive years, we got the dreaded news from that we didn't make AYP. It hurt our hearts. And then we decided to look a little closer at our data. We didn't make AYP. We had more students in the red on the devils than in the green. Our reading score, instead of being somewhere in the 50s, it was now a 40. And we just was dragging. We have to do something about this. Call the leadership team together. In a faculty meeting, I said, this is what it is. I put a sign-up sheet. Anybody, after hearing what I'm telling you, have an inclination, have the time, have the interest, have the effort, want to help, sign up. This is not by invitation only. It's open to everyone. And we got some people. We pulled our team together. We started to look at the different websites. We started reading the different journals. We talked to all the successful people that we knew. And we even began to examine samples of the different things that we knew were out there. Because we realized that whatever we were going to do would have to be whole school. It couldn't only be for the bubble kids or for the ones who were on the bare bottom. It had to be for everybody if we were going to make a difference. And so our aim was to get something that we could implement whole school. We met and we talked and we examined and we looked and we talked and we talked and we talked some more. Finally, we settled on worldly wise. And I will tell you, we are so happy with worldly wise. It is a whole school vocabulary program. We have implemented where teachers use worldly wise 20 minutes every day. 20 minutes each day. The program includes, and to tell you the truth, we were not able to implement until about January because it is rather expensive. We didn't know how we were going to pay for the program, but we got it done. A little bit from here, a little bit from there, some from there, and we got the bunnies together. And in 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, we had everything that we needed. It comes with word lists. There's a book for each child from K through 6. There's a variety, there's a number of games that the children can play. The best thing that I see when we walk around, children are having fun. They are talking about boycotting the cafeteria. They are talking about the dismay that, which one was it? The dismay that we saw on Kashima's face. In other words, they are using the vocabulary. That's what we want them to do. We don't want them to define. If they can define it, fine. We want them to use the vocabulary. Because we saw once, we look at our data, and I'm going to take it up soon because we're not so proud. But we know some place, we had to start from somewhere, and we had to be honest. No more. That's it. And so we are so happy that the children are actually using the vocabulary because that's what we want. We believe that once the vocabulary increases, we are going to see differences in the comprehension because every other teacher tells you, you can read but you don't know he's reading. And so we want to put an end to that. And we are seeing it happening. We have just begun, as I said, in January, so we don't have tons of data, but I know we are going to get it. I see a difference, and I'm hoping that it will be sustained. We also have Read 180, and I have to say hats off to Miss Harley. Miss Harley has just jumped into this Read 180. The lab is beautiful. The children love going there. And I will tell you, we have looked at some of the scores. On, for example, the first testing period, children who were below readers scoring 0. Second testing has a 410 quantum leap. Somebody else here was a below reader for grade level with a 0, began at a 0. Second testing session has a 322, and that's how it's going. That is not everybody truthful, if the truth be told, but this is what we are seeing. We are seeing a progression. And so we expect great things from this also. And so for student achievement, we know that we must put a lot of effort and time and whatever little resources we have into student achievement, because if we don't have student achievement, nothing else is happening. Discipline problems increase, you name it. And so we know that we have to do this. Another thing we looked at were was our hardcore placement scores. Again, when we looked at the data, oh my goodness, 1/4 of the school, according to the results, needed an intervention or support. 1/4 of the children. And so we designed an after-school program where all we would deal with would be interventions. We took the lowest of the lowest, the children who are virtually non-readers. And one thing we have found is that intervention cannot be a couple of months during the school year. It has to be ongoing, and it must be during the day. It cannot be an appendage out there someplace, because we have found that the gains will not be sustained. It has to be ongoing. And so the intervention program is over. It was only from November to February, but we were happy to have it because we saw the gains. But I realized that the gains may not be sustained. It must be ongoing. So right now we have our Read 180. We have our worldly wise that we are so happy with, and we are working and putting our all into it and expecting great things. Now the other priority is school culture, and Miss Francois is going to talk about it.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
To round out our students, we talk about now the other half of it is the school culture. How do we engage our students, not just in academics, but to make them feel good about the school, good about themselves, so that they will do better within their academics. So we have a number of programs at the school, and we have a lot of sports activities. We have baseball, soccer, track and field, volleyball, softball, and we also have our cheerleaders and our high steppers who go to the games. These students go to the games to cheer on our students, the boys and the girls, to make sure that they will win the games. So, and they have a lot of fun, and that's what part of school is about, enjoying school. And so that's what we have. We also have many activities. We have programs throughout the school year. And what we have here on the laptop is our book parade. And when you come by, you can see the different activities that we do for the book parade, and the children love it. We do this every year, and it gets them into the reading, so that is also helping them with their academics. We have, one of the things we do at our school is the adopter program. And it could be all the schools involved, our paraprofessionals, we can have our teachers, administrators, and we bring our children in that we feel that they need the extra help. They need support. And so what we do is we try to bring them up, boost them up, make them feel good about themselves so that they can do better. And it helps to bring down the discipline within the school. Because remember, we're spread out. We're in a school without